And we can get some more context with Behnam Ben Taleblu. He focuses on Iran at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies in Washington, D.C. Welcome back to the show. Now, this is the first time Iran has targeted Israel directly since April, but this attack was different, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed, and pleasure to be back with you. This attack literally doubled the scale and the scope of the previous attack. If there were about 100 to 120 ballistic missiles, up to larger strike package of 300 projectiles last go around in April, this one featured just shy of 200, about 181 publicly reported medium-range ballistic missiles launched from Iranian territory directly at Israel. Unlike the previous strike, however, this was not combined with lower and slower flying projectiles that the coalition in the past was able to shoot down before even getting to Israeli territory. Those types of projectiles were land attack cruise missiles and suicide drones. Another marked difference, of course, is the fact that in the previous iteration, there was about a 10 or 12-day lead-up publicly where Tehran threatened revenge and indeed reportedly even warned international interlocutors. This time, Tehran lightly threatened revenge, delayed that revenge after the killing of Hania, and only gave anywhere between a 2 and a 4 hour heads up. So it literally doubled the scale and significantly shrunk the warning time.
Israel has vowed to retaliate. What do you think Israel could target in Iran, and is Iran prepared for it?
Well, I think the easier question, if you're looking at this from a military perspective, is the level of preparedness. Despite the Islamic Republic having several advanced Russian air defense systems and several domestically reverse-engineered air defense systems, even in the previous iteration when the Israelis responded to the April 13, April 14 attack, the Israelis were able to penetrate Iranian airspace with projectiles and target and radar of the most advanced Russian-provided air defense system, the S-300. So the chances of a successful aerial interception by the Islamic Republic of Iran is pretty much close to nil. The kind of deterrence the regime engages in is often deterrence by punishment rather than deterrence by denial. And as to the first part of your question, that really is the million-dollar question right now. Both the timing, the scale, and the scope of the Israeli military response is being debated. That response is probably not going to be limited to just inside Iran, even though the range of targets could include anything from the nuclear program to military facilities, the missile and drone program, the storage facilities there, you name it. And you look at the things that have been subject to cyber attacks or covert acts of kinetic sabotage in the past, it could be a very, very wide list. Plus, of course, a holding of Iranian interests abroad, be it the proxies, weapons depots, oil infrastructure across the region, you name it. But one thing I can tell you that probably will be a marked difference from the April Israeli response is that in April 19th, the Israelis did not claim the attack. I think for public diplomacy and deterrence purposes, they might actually claim this attack.
Now, we're looking at a textbook tit for tat here, aren't we? And Iran says it doesn't want an all-out war with Israel. But I want to ask you, isn't that precisely what the region is spiraling towards?
And indeed, as we get closer to the October 7 terrorist attack anniversary that touched off this regional conflagration, you have Israel fighting something of a 6 or a 7-front war, depending on how you count. And indeed, we are already in the midst of something of a regional war. It just depends on the level of ferocity and intensity and the geographic domain that you're looking at this thing through. And with respect, you mentioned textbooks. This entire ordeal from April to present has shattered textbooks. I mean, if you look at 2024, in the first 4 months of 2024, the Islamic Republic of Iran, a non-nuclear weapons state, overtly, directly, and conventionally attacked 2 nuclear-armed nations and lived to tell the tale. That's something during the Cold War neither the Soviet Union nor America did, and that's something now in the post-Cold War period neither America nor Russia have done. So it has really shattered precedents here, and the missile barrage that it fired just the other night, 181 projectiles, 181 medium-range ballistic missiles, that too marks the largest single ballistic missile barrage in one night in recorded history.
So much more to get to, but unfortunately we'll have to leave it there. Behnam Ben Taleblu, Iran analyst with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Many thanks. Great speaking to you.